Hello, I'm Nige.
And I'm Anders. Welcome to our extraordinary beer channel.
And this is the Cheeky Extra.
Yeah, we've just finished a whole lager section, which has left us slightly decimated.
It wasn't the most enjoyable. Well, it was good fun to film, but drinking wise, we finished on two quite bad beers, really. So we want another one just to finish on the good side.
Yeah, the Cheeky Extra is always about just finishing on a high note, because nobody wants to finish off on a low note.
No.
Much like Line of Duty.
That was rubbish. Anyway, what have you got today?
I've gone for Bad Cat, and I've had this before.
That's your homebrew, isn't it?
Here. Bad Cat is a homebrew, and it's 7.2%, and I have to say it's rather good. I've got
Waitrose, because I'm posh. Waitrose Duchy Organic Amber Ale.
Duchy.
We did it on a S01. I had an extra, and I've been saving it for when it's needed, because this was the top beer that day, wasn't it?
It was a very nice beer. Yes, it was the top one, but it was also, it was worth going into again. I'm a little bit out of whack. I've lost my Fortnum & Mason's bottle opener.
No, I couldn't find my one. I've got my Homer opener. That lives on the fridge, and it has done for years and years and years. It's getting a bit wobbly now. It's not going to last much longer, but that has opened so many bottles of beer. Because we've had lots of parties, so that does work overtime. And that. Anyway, cheers.
Look at the head on that.
Oh, that's just bloody amazing. Sorry, after those lagers.
After what we've been through. In fairness, do you know what I'm going to do? You might want to join me on this. I don't know if you want to or not. But I'm going to go out when terms allow me to do so.
Yeah.
And I'm going to do those three lagers we've just done
in a pub,
from the tap, in a pub.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I'm going to do it.
A pint of Foster's in the pub.
Half a pint. How many people have asked for that? How many people have gone into a pub and said, Foster's, please? Just a half.
Well,
nobody's done that. No.
Just say you're going to be radical.
Yeah.
That's the justification for doing it.
Well, and I'm just I'm intrigued to see.
A bit edgy.
But you know, as well as I do, that some of the beers that we've tasted beforehand, good beers, do taste different from the tap.
Yeah.
Now, I really don't think these lagers will. But
I think on the whole, they tend to be better from the tap.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is, for science purposes, I'm going to do that.
Oh, it's going to be a hard thing to do.
It will be.
Because going out for beer, right, I'm going to have a pint of Punk IPA. Anders, would you like a Carling Black Label or a Foster's? Will I sit in a pint of Punk IPA?
I'm just saying, I think
that'll take an immense amount of willpower to do that.
Christ, yes, absolutely, yes.
Get on board and do the same thing as you, but I'm not sold.
No.
but
I really think, because
but we've got to do it for science, haven't we?
Got to do it for science.
Sod.
It's only a half.
Just halves.
We just have a half.
Well, that's all right.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, we'll get
down
funny
on
looks.
the
I'm sure when you go into a pub, we're going to go, what do you want? Foster's, please. Make it a small one.
Or
I think you'll get looks.
Or you could buy a pint and we could have another glass and then pour it in, so it looks a bit more manly on the ordering front.
That's a good idea. I like that.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a great idea. But going back to what we were talking about, I don't know if this is relevant here or not now, but we discussed lagers in the video we've just done, and Nigel and I were both absolutely gobsmacked by the fact that it was actually a top 12, wasn't it, for lagers?
Yeah.
And right down the bottom was Kronenberg, and only a couple of places higher was Heineken.
No, Heineken was bottom of the. I don't know.
Heineken and Kronenberg, they were both very, very low. I was very surprised by that.
Just bringing it back up in my phone. Some brands, lagers. Heineken 11th. Yeah, you're right. Kronenberg number 12. You weren't quite correct. Heineken was way down.
I'm surprised by both of those.
There's actually some not bad lagers on that list, but not really in the top 3.
No, of course not. No, because you know that the ones that are quite nice are.
Well, let's get through the list now for our viewers.
Go on then.
Number 1 was Carling.
Yeah.
Foster's. Carlsberg.
Mm-hmm.
Which it was drinkable. It was all right. I'd drink it again. It's weak. It was, yeah.
Yeah.
Coors Light, number 4.
Sounds horrible.
I know. I've never had that. So
no, me neither. So I can't say for sure, but
Stella Artois is number 5. No, I used to quite like Stella before they started messing around and dropping the ABV and things. And
you see, I don't know. Again, I know little.
It's got a very distinct flavour.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, number 6, Peroni. Now that's quite good.
Peroni's a very nice beer. Yeah.
7, Amstel, which I quite like.
Again, quite nice. And it's definitely the same ballpark as the Peroni.
Number 8, San Miguel.
Not bad.
Number 9, Tennent's.
Horrible.
But we live in England, so we don't. Just about every pub in Scotland has Tennent's lager, and so that's the Scottish contingent bringing that up to number 9. Number 10, Birra Moretti,
which is all right.
I do like that one. That's quite a malty lager, that one.
Yeah, it is.
A lot of flavour. Somebody
bought a friend of mine some Birra Moretti recently, and I took a little cheeky sip, and it was not bad.
Number 11, Heineken.
Again, Heineken. When it comes,
last time I drank Heineken.
You see, I've got. You see, I've had Heineken. Heineken used to be Heineken and Heineken Export. They've been melded into one now.
Yeah, I was at years and years ago. I had a session on Heineken. I was at college, so 30 odd years ago, and I had a headache like no other headache. You get headaches with lager hangovers, I think.
You do, but I have to say, I thought Heineken would have been a lot higher. Yeah. And had Heineken been in the little tasting session that we'd had here, I'm sure it would have.
I think it would have
won comfortably.
And then number 12, Kronenberg. Now, most of those beers I've read out are not bad, apart from the top 3 or 4.
Yeah, I know. Which again,
absolutely nuts. So it just shows taste got nothing to do with sales. Well, actually, taste might be. Maybe the consumer likes a bland beer that they can just sink without thinking about it. I don't know.
Yeah, I think
Maybe bland is good. Maybe that's where we're going wrong with our brewing.
bland sells more.
How can
Because
we
once you
make
start
our beer
at a
more
certain,
bland?
when you look at I can't remember which album it was. I think it might be The Wall by Pink Floyd,
Yeah,
which is a huge selling album,
yeah,
but not as big a selling as Grease, the soundtrack.
yeah. It says it all.
It says it all. Bland is acceptable to a
Well,
lot.
actually, Grease is it's all right. I quite like it.
It's
I
all
probably
right.
listened to the Grease the soundtrack more than I have Pink Floyd The Wall, I'm afraid to say.
Right, yeah, okay.
Which says it all, really, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah, precisely. It is people that love The Wall or have an affinity with The Wall have a deep affinity with it. Whereas
But
quite like it.
something like The Wall, you listen to it once, you don't think, oh, I'll listen to that again.
No.
I've just survived that. I'm not going back there for a few weeks now. Where the Grease, you can play a track again, dance around to it, play it again.
Again and again and again, yeah.
I know. It's a bit like your lagers. You can keep drinking it, and you've got your specialty beers. You have a few of those, and you think, oh, I can't drink that again because it's too strong, or it's just too rich, or
yeah, too expensive.
Yeah. So yeah, those lagers are your pop records in the pop world.
Yeah. And there's nothing wrong with that.
And your craft lagers, I hate to say it, it's your progressive rock.
What, sorry?
Progressive rock.
Yeah, I thought you said that. Yeah.
Which I'm not a great fan of.
There is plenty of crap in the progressive rock area.
I know there is some good stuff.
But
I'm told. Sorry.
You'll be actually, I will say, the Acceptable Face, just behind me here, is Eat Me in St. Louis by a band called It Bites, who were a little bit big for the late 80s, early 90s.
When I first saw that album cover behind you, I thought, oh God, that's a Yes album cover. That's my first thought.
Was it?
Yes, it's that sort of style. But it's a long way away. So I think
it is a long way away. It's not quite that. There you go.
All right. I quite like that. That's the olden days. We had decent album covers.
Yeah, I was just I was looking through my vinyl collection. I don't have a record player anymore, and part of me thinks get rid of the records or get a record player.
No.
And then I just sorting through my albums, and I found Scripture of Justice Tear by Maria, which is an album I can barely listen to now. It changed my life, but I can't listen to it now. It's too dull. But it comes in this glorious gatefold sleeve.
Oh, just the joy of
just yeah.
I tell you what, we had we got a record player. We've moved house a few times, and when we moved here, we were had lots of building work, so we had like a party room which was going to get trashed and it got rebuilt, and with parties and things back in the days when we were allowed parties. And I had my vinyl collection there, and the record player and the big speakers and things, and kids, teenage or their 20s or whatever, the kids were there with their mates as well, going through the record collection. It's quite interesting because they loved it. They loved playing the albums and just everyone choosing. It was just brilliant.
You see, I get
quite interesting what they were playing though. The Doors.
No.
And Happy Mondays was one of the
really
they started going for.
I have to say, I had I had a moment. I was driving to this. It must have been mid to late 80s. Myself and a space cadet called Tim were driving out to Glastonbury, not for a music festival, purely for spiritual reasons.
I did that with Tim once.
Did you?
For
Okay.
spiritual reasons.
Of course.
I'll tell the story after you've told that story.
But I had a tape deck in the car, and we had the Doors' greatest hits on there. Final song, Rise of the Storm. And we were listening to that just as we were driving into Glastonbury. And you know that song dies out with a little bit of thunder and a bit of rain. Yeah. And then it sort of just dies out. I was driving, and that thunder and rain came in, and then it stopped. So I ejected the cassette, and the thunder and the rain carried on.
Wow.
Because somebody was playing it on the radio about 3 or 4 seconds behind me.
Spooky.
Isn't it?
Well, I'll tell you about my Tim experience of going to Glastonbury. Let's go to Glastonbury, Nige. I thought, all right then, because it's earthly. Lots of amazing things is happening. All right, Tim. So I drove up there because Tim didn't have a car. When we got there, he says, I've got to go up to the tour. I said, why? He said, because I've got an offering. And he had a little matchbox, and he had 2 little bits of corn in there. He says, that's my offering. What? Well, I'm going to put it into the ground. Okay, so we climbed all that the big bloody hill thing. And he dug a little hole and did his little meditation thing and planted his sweet corn, covered it up, his offering. And it was a bit windy and rainy. And so everyone was going into the tour, which is just this big thing at the moment. And the only thing I can describe it as was a Hare Krishna disco. There was some guy playing guitar and some of them chanting, and everyone was just going about. So we joined in, and it was brilliant fun. I went to a Hare Krishna disco on Glastonbury 4.
You would have done
with Tim. Experiences you have when you went out with Tim.
It was. I think. Let's raise a glass to him.
Yes, to Tim.
Tim.
Who,
what a guy.
No longer with us, unfortunately.
No, unfortunately not. Some might call him a Fruit Loop.
But
he was happy.
I miss him loads.
I miss him lots as well. I really do. Anyway, how you doing with your beer there?
Oh, it's going down really easily, as opposed to those lagers, which was a struggle to get down.
It was horrible, wasn't it?
Yes. All right, I'm almost done.
I'm almost done too. So I think it's time to say good night.
Yes.
And God bless you all.
Bye. Oh, no, you got to like and subscribe and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's your job. I've just done your job for you today.
No, you didn't.
I did. I've just done it.
No, you half did it. You half did it, and you half did it half-heartedly.
Yeah, all right. Do it properly then.
Hey, guys. Be really happy if you saw this. If you watched this the whole way through, then surely you've got to like it at the end. Subscribe if you want to see more of this brilliant stuff, and make a comment. Because
please,
we'd love to talk to you. We would love to talk to you about shit. Okay. In the meantime, cheers.
Bye for now.